Oh, yeah, we have a lot of
we have
people.
four.
So, let's get at it.
No more chatting.
No more
Let's get
chatting.
right to chat.
And I do wanna say, welcome everyone, thank you for being here. Also, the conversation tonight is just who is at this table. We have heard from many people, so we are not going to be taking any side commentary tonight. I think any comments need to come from us. We're down to the hour, so, it is 5:46. And I would like to call this meeting to order. Can you, Commissioner Hosier, please take roll call, thank you.
Commissioner Gaudet,
Here.
Commissioner Hosier here, Commissioner Gonzalez, Commissioner Marshall Lee,
Present.
Commissioner Sweeney,
Present.
Commissioner Abdullah,
Present.
Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Martin,
I'm here.
Commissioner Nimitz, Commissioner McKnight, Commissioner Loshbeck,
Here.
Commissioner Eaton,
Present.
Commissioner McKenzie.
Present.
Have a quorum. 9 out of 13.
Okay, so I'm going to say that, this draft report is gonna be Exhibit 1. And on our agenda tonight is to get through it. You're here. And finish, any necessary votes or revisions that we need to make in order to hand it over to the city council. So, on Saturday, we left off, we were working on our ethics, chapter. And I had shared, I just want you to see, because this is hilarious. I turned this into that. We're going in. Okay, so I may have, I highlighted things that I was not sure about in yellow. And then whatever changes were made that we did are in red on that document, if you still have.
Do you have that document on the
this one.
table, or it's just the one that you sent us?
It's the one you sent me.
You didn't print any of those?
Today. I did not print this out, but
You emailed it?
I did email it to you.
Yeah, I seen the email copy, you didn't print any.
No, I didn't print it out.
Can I make a general comment?
And then there's also the new one in here, too.
It's in here.
So, because today is our last day and we have to vote on this thing, we basically are in a position where unless it's the end of the world, we just need to vote on this draft report. There really isn't a way to make changes to this at this hour. Now, again, we're gonna vote on this and then it goes to council and they have a chance to have a public hearing and comment on it. I can talk about the schedule for that, after we're done talking about the substance. And then they send it back to us and then we can do exactly what we were doing before. So there's no date, like, we haven't run out of time,
Well, there are
everything's gonna be
things in this
okay.
draft report that I don't agree with, that we don't, like, especially from the ethics, that we didn't put in there from original ethics, proposal that should come out. So,
In
How
which
much
draft
that-
report, in Tom's draft report?
it's still in here,
Yeah.
because we
Okay.
did not,
I just want to be
Well,
clear.
all
to
we
it.
did was take what you sent today.
right, but we didn't finish. We did not finish talking about the full ethics proposal. We did not. There are, where's mine? This is, we stopped here.
Yeah,
We did not
Yeah, we didn't
finish,
finish. on
and I wanna
Saturday.
finish this.
On Saturday, we did not.
So,
We stopped.
anything else, fine, you don't want, we don't have to do that, but
Nine.
this needs to go in exactly how we want it,
Yeah, from Saturday,
yes.
because we did half of it maybe?
And,
We
yeah,
did a little bit more than half.
we
Was it a little
we
more
did,
than
we
half?
have basically one,
We're on
From
page
10.
9 of 39.
we
Yeah, that's where I
tabled
am.
and we tabled
That's
stuff.
what-
Yeah, we tabled, the last thing
We
we
tabled
tabled was the
10.
city.
And then we didn't talk about section 13, I mean, we did move one of the things out of there.
Right.
But everything else, the open meeting
Didn't we
stuff,
have
we
two
did not
things
talk
that
about
we
it.
tabled?
A couple of
There were
things.
a couple, we
Couple of
tabled
things.
2 items,
I remember 2 items that were tabled.
we
We tabled
tabled,
2-stage processing following that. We
that I want to
tabled
just
the
take out.
remembrance service and 2.
So
Oh, yeah,
I
here's my
hate to
statement.
say it, but I cannot give this report without finishing this at least.
I don't know how we're going to make these changes and like reproduce a document that we can to the city clerk. I'm just being realistic, like, it's part, this is not our fault that we had no time.
Let me,
Well, where's
Tom,
this document?
I don't wanna see.
We'll do
We
it,
can-
we'll do it
I
right
guess
on
we
here.
can do that and.
With all due respect, we can't take time to argue this. We just need to, we've elected you chairperson, lead on, please.
I am, I'm leading that we have
No,
to
I,
fix
but
this.
we,
Can I ask a question, Tom, so I just need clarification. So the goal is to pass this off to the council. Now, this is where I'm unclear at. I thought that once we passed it off to the council, they marked it up or said, gave us a written document, however, but they gave us
Responded.
comment. Yeah, they responded to this document, and then we looked at it again, and we responded and sent it back. Is that correct?
Yeah, we would vote on what's called a final report instead of a draft report, right?
So this is a draft report. Okay, and so then the council will send this back to us and we'll respond and then send it back to them.
Right.
Okay.
One of the things that I want to discuss, especially with municipal laws, this document for the ethics, is that we put in an attorney that's separate from the city itself, that's from the executive branch, the city attorney's office. So, are you telling me that we still have the authority, when it comes back to us, to make that proposal and vote on that proposal and make it part of this document?
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in here that still needs to change. I mean, honestly, like, just this document, I'm not happy with this document. I'm not at all happy with this document. It's just a function of like time and like getting this thing produced and to the city clerk. I'd have to ask our city attorneys what they view as being done by today, the 16th, but like, I don't know.
11:59.
Well, that doesn't mean that it needs to be in the city clerk's hand by 11:59, because I don't know if the city clerk will be here at midnight tonight. So I don't know what that means, I'll have to check. I
Well,
know
my-
she's here for the meeting, but.
My concern is this, that if I put my signature to this document right now, I am going to be assured that I have the right, and we have the
To
right.
get it back.
To get it back and change it, because there are certain things in this, especially this ethics ordinance, or this ethics chapter we wanna do, that, I won't put my name on it unless the changes are made.
Or we give them this, and then we give them an addendum to this that shows the changes that we also want in addition. It has to be something, I'm not handing this in.
Well, listen, you can pass them notes, you can speak at their public hearing, you can write them letters, you can do whatever you want, but
Certain things have to come out.
the statutory process is what it is. We have a deadline of today, so.
well, let me ask you a question. As you said, if we send the draft to the city council, they're gonna review it, they're gonna have discussion on it, and they're gonna come up with a red line, right? So once they come up with red lining, we gonna have a time to review, to pivot and make a correction, right? So why can't we make her edit it and the change that we need to do then, but go through the process tonight so it doesn't go to me?
Then why even have this meeting? Here we go, there you go. Why even be here?
Well, because we have to vote on it, and vote.
Well, for this, Madam Chair, review this.
Listen, we can, I'm just saying, we're pressed for time. If you wanna try to take this document, continue to make edits tonight and get it to the clerk, that's fine, we are playing. Well, I'm not trying to be difficult, I agree with you, it needs to be changed, I'm not trying to be difficult. I just wanna make sure that we don't screw up the process, because if we just wasted the last couple of weeks working on this and we don't get it in on time, and we lose the process, I'm gonna be really mad. And I'm sure all of you will too, so.
What time is this supposed to be? When it's?
I don't know, let me get on the phone with somebody and figure out what this means by our deadline.
And is there a possibility of an extension. Of a few hours, a few days, or, I mean,
I don't know, I
Yeah.
mean, the city council adopted the resolution, they'd have to act on something by
That's why I
ordinance.
asked for June 13th extension, I'm there for the special session.
Yep, you did ask that.
back then.
Not before the 13th, on the 11th.
Well, this is not up to the mayor though, it's up to the city council.
No, it's up to the mayor to call a special session. I've been being told that the legislature cannot call some special session, which I thought was strange.
Yeah. I mean, they could,
If they can't, then the mayor is the only one who can, and that's what I'm requesting.
let me see if Mark is. Hey, are you able to do the charter revision? Are you around? Okay, we're here now in Wheeler Room A, off the city council. We're trying to vote on the final draft report, but we have questions.
Well, then it goes like this, you know how they've been coming and talking to us, then we have to do that, if that's the case.
Okay, I'm gonna throw you on speaker.
Wait, what happened to my phone?
Okay.
You took mine.
Okay, there's kind of a bunch of people in the room, Mark, so here's our dilemma, is we're still working through this document, we really haven't had a lot of time, nobody's really thrilled with the final draft, the draft report that needs to go. But, I mean, are you expecting, I guess we have to hand this draft report to the city clerk tonight in order to meet our deadline, right?
It does say the 16th.
Today's the deadline.
It does say the 16th.
What is it?
So I guess what I was saying is, and I don't know if you have any other thoughts, is that we would have an opportunity in the second go-around after the council has its public hearing and makes its commentary to come back and change everything else we wanna change that we still haven't gotten to, or things that we have gotten to that we'd like to change.
And how much time would that be? How much time would we have to
30
do that?
days. Well, yeah, about 30 days of the statute says.
That's after the council gives it back to us.
So the commission draft report, no, that's not true.
They said draft report today, Monday, June 16th.
And that is that.
So my thinking was that the way to make sure this doesn't get screwed up is to have the commission vote on the draft report tonight, knowing we still wanna make changes, and hand a copy to the city clerk in her chair tonight.
It would be both subject to it.
Well, it's all subject, I mean,
So it's just not an issue of trying to be difficult, it's just trying to make sure that we do the right thing. You know, you're-
totally, please don't misconstrue me, I'm not trying to be difficult.
No, I know that. Neither are we.
This is
August 18th.
August 18th.
Is that 45 working days?
Business days, yes.
So the question is this, is it 45 days or is it 45 working days?
45 days period, not including, yeah, so it's
Not including
non-working
weekend.
days.
So they have 45.
So it includes weekends, holidays.
Oh.
I think it just says 45 days, the statute doesn't say like skip holidays or weekends. So in terms of scheduling, by the way, I was trying to vet, and Mark, I don't know if you had a chance to look at what I had sent you, trying to figure out like how this works. So the council has 45 days to schedule a public hearing. And so in order to stretch this thing out, the idea was that at their next meeting in July, they would set a public hearing, looking at their own calendars, for sometime the week of July 21st, that week. Then they only have 15 days after they do that to come back to us with their recommendations. But that'll give them plenty of time even before the public hearing to put their thoughts together. They send it to us, on their August 4th meeting. And then we would have up to 30 days to get them our final report back. Preferably, will only take 25, so we can give it to them the night of September 1st, and they can vote on it. And then it needs to be, I believe, to the Secretary of State by September 19th. So that's pretty much stretching out this process about as much as we can stretch it out, so we have more time to think and draft and do the stuff.
So you're saying we have from August 4th until,
So we would have, so basically the council process would stretch till August 4th, and we should plan to have our butts back in these seats August 5th, getting back to work.
but the question is, is that a drop dead for the council? Because the council can they push it out further?
No, it's a date.
No, it's statutory, right?
It's a statutory.
Statutory, right.
And I don't think council's gonna be difficult with us on the dates.
Not just one package.
Madam Chair, I have two questions about the schedule, or about the process. First of all, is there a formal, will the city council be meeting as a body to discuss the document through that 45-day period?
Yes.
So they can,
Does it go to a committee, or,
they can if they want to, I don't know what they're going to do next.
okay? And
So I
then-
think that'll probably be decided between today and their next meeting in July.
And then my second question is, I still need clarification, forgive me for being a little thick-headed, but we talked about just leaving the whole city council chapter as is and let them take our notes from draft 8 and potentially adopt language or changes or whatever. And it was suggested that perhaps the city council is not able to consider an area that we have not presented to them for a change. I just needed clarification as to whether or not that was true.
That has been answered, yes, so the city, Mark, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sue is asking whether or not we have confirmed that even though we have not touched a section or subsection, let's just say we left a chapter completely untouched, we can still touch it in second go around. We've gotten multiple affirmatives.
And can the city council touch it?
I believe that is correct, that is what Steve Lednick said as well, but my recommendation remains, in order to buttress that position, we should not just submit the sections we amended with red line, but rather we should submit the entire charter, because what it says is, if we submit the entire charter with our changes, under 7191C, it says, be rather, the commission shall submit its draft report. A draft report will include the proposed charter, and that will include the sections we're not amending.
So to that recommendation, I agree that that was the most expedient thing. So we spent the day today taking Taisha's draft and Faith's draft of the new chapter 2 and incorporating it into the entire charter, so that the entire charter is going to the council with our edits, including the sections and chapters that have not been changed. And it literally has a big fat watermark on every page that says draft report.
Then it says, the appointing authority will hold at least one public hearing, and hold its last hearing not later than 45 days after submission, as you said. And then we have 15 days from then to make recommendations. Now, here's the interesting part. It says, under subsection C, it says, if the appointing authority makes no recommendation for change in the draft report within 15 days, the report of the commission shall be final. Okay? So, if the appointing authority.
Well, that creates potentially multiple disasters, because there's a lot of things in the charter that are potentially messed up. I think the council would be,
We'll just need to make sure that they make some recommendations. Some could be very specific, some could be a little more general, such as I would think, we need you to take a look at rewriting section such and such, or chapter such and such. So, the only bad thing would be is if we need and, they get legal advice from the city attorney's office, so.
Abolish the city council. Right. Actually, that's true, but I think, yeah.
Ultimately, they're gonna do what they want to do, they'll control, but,
I mean, and they have another remedy, if they don't like the changes we made, they get the final vote on this thing anyway by sub-change, not even like the document in whole or in part, they can literally go part by part and veto basically certain sections of changes. Mednick said they can veto basically by topic, like they can't veto a comma, but they can veto basically a topic, so,
well, the main thing will be for them to focus on the red line portions. Then, in the other portions that are concerned to them, one of which clearly will be chapter 5, section 1, in which no changes are now being proposed, I presume.
Right.
Based on the-
but we have changed certain things. There are things in the legislative chapter that have changed around Office of Legislative Services, the Council President's authority, there's still stuff in here regarding other positions outside of the Council President that have been redlined. We haven't even made sense of all of this yet, because we haven't had time. So I don't know what stays and what goes, but we got a gun to our head.
Just to clarify, Tom, your concern, if we, hold on one second, Mark. If we make any change, whether it's minor to a paragraph, you're saying that it wouldn't get to the.
I'm just worried about like getting this done tonight. I don't know how many, if we're just gonna delete like one section, it's real easy, I suppose we can go like make the change and get a draft report to the clerk. But I'm just saying like, what are we dying
Well,
to do today?
give me the electronic version and I'll start doing some of it, so that it's easier for them. I mean, but there are, like, we have a huge section that we did not go over.
But hey, Mark, can I ask you, if we
That needs to be
just
deleted.
if we just vote on this tonight, but we don't actually hand a copy to the clerk, how bad is that? Does that matter?
Well, the question is going to be whether that somehow changes the process. In other words, does it just give rise to somebody bringing a mandate section to compel it to be filed? Or is it because, there's a tight timeline? I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head. The other question is whether or not the submission of a revised version can be submitted.
Well, it seems that the problem with that is that the statutory process for the council is kicked off as soon as this draft report is filed. I think that's the issue. You know,
Right, it's a very,
it's very
but
strict.
I think if you file the report without the attachment, you still be able to what happens if this is done?
All right, well, Mark,
Well,
I
can they
think what we'll
make a
do is let's just get to work and let's see what changes we have and we'll try to get a document and preferably we do it in the next
Can
2
you send
hours so
this
that
to
the
me?
clerk is still here. Yeah, let me go get my computer and stuff. Any other advice? Before we get going? For what?
Let me see if Steve Mednick makes the whole.
Why, what's the remaining issue?
Well, I was just going to ask him if he's ever had a situation where the commission missed its deadline. He's done it so often, I can't imagine.
Well, do you wanna call me back after you talk to him so we don't bog down the meeting? Okay, let me know. Okay, bye. Okay.
Madam Chair, my concern is if they don't act on a certain section on this, what we recommend is what's gonna happen.
So basically, this report goes to them. I'm gonna read this. So the commission shall submit its final draft, including the proposed charter, charter amendments, or home rule ordinance amendments, to the clerk of the municipality. Who shall transmit such report to the appointing authority? The appointing authority shall hold at least one public hearing, he said it all, on the draft report, and shall hold at least one hearing no later than 45 days after the submission of the draft to such clerk. No later than 15 days after its hearing, after its last hearing, the appointing authority shall make recommendations to the commission for such changes to the draft as deemed desirable. This is what concerns me though. C. If the appointing authority makes no recommendations to changes to the draft report to the commission within such 15 days, the report of the commission shall be final, and the appointing authority shall act on such report. That's my concern. If the appointing authority makes recommendations to changes to the draft report to the commission shall confer with the appointing authority concerning any such recommendations, and may amend any provisions of the charter, proposed charter, charter amendments, or home rule ordinance amendments in accordance with such recommendations, or the commission may reject such recommendations. In either case, the commission shall make its final report to the appointing authority no later than 30 days after receiving such recommendations. So if they bring it back with recommendations, then we can do something. If they don't, then it's final.
It sounds like, to my ear, it sounds like we can only deal with those, with areas that they make a recommendation in. It's not a blanket
Right.
approval. So if they make none, then we're concerned because
We are completely convinced.
this is
of
not
that.
through.
Yeah.
If they make changes to certain areas,
We do
then
not.
we can go back and dialogue with them. But that is not a blanket that says that we can go
Exactly.
and dip into other areas.
But I would like to say that if we present chapter 5 with no changes, and they say, okay, then let's just not make any changes, and
Status
our
quo
chapter
exists.
5 goes status quo, then we can't do anything, and we just waste it. And there were certainly things in there that we felt we could live on, and I'm hoping that they could too.
Now, is the schedule set according to the statute, according to when everything has to be done for at the end of the thing?
Get it on the
To get on the ballot?
So, yeah,
But I mean, is there any room in here, like for right now, for us, for an extension for a few days?
Because it's 30 days after they give it back to us.
no, but
Today,
yes,
This-
today.
we have
but
tried-
right
we
now, we
tried
have
to-
flexibility, but if, we can't go over things that they don't recommend.
Just to confirm what John said, Tom, you may know the answer to this. So
Yeah.
if the council says we want you to look at chapters 2, 3, 4, and 5, does that mean the whole rest of the charter is off the table for review? Or does it give us the opportunity to open the document?
That's the question, that's the absolute question.
And I mean,
Because I agree with Faber, it sounds like the answer is no, but
I mean,
That's
this
it.
is the statute.
Because if they don't touch, say, marketing is ethics, if they don't touch ethics, I don't agree to what is in here with ethics. Okay? So if they don't touch it, that means it's what we don't agree to is gonna become law. That's the question.
Yeah, what we haven't finished discussing and voting on is, and there are definitely things that we want to take out.
oh, I mean, yeah, there's a whole
Yeah, but
chapter
if
of
they-
this
But Tom,
charter.
if they don't touch it, do we have the right to touch it?
Yeah, and I'll confirm that.
According to
I-
this, we don't.
Because then this is gonna be one heck of a long night.
or a very short one. if we-
Yeah, exactly. Because there's things in here I do not support, some of us don't support some of the stuff in here.
Right.
And I have one more question.
And some of this stuff wasn't even recommendations from us also. We have to be clear about that. There were recommendations put in here when the drafts were being made that we did not discuss.
Correct. One other question that I have is about the question on the ballot. At what point do we as a commission determine what questions
That's up to the council.
will be put on the
That's
ballot?
up to the
So
council.
once they get it back, they get to vote based on what the final product will be and how they break up the questions. They can do one big question, they could break off pieces.
That's the city
So
council's
this is-
decision.
yes.
That's got nothing to do with us.
Correct.
This is under section
We can
F.
tell them what we're hoping, but.
Yeah.
Right, this is under
Okay,
section
thank you.
F, the proposed charter, the charter amendments and home rule ordinance amendments shall be prepared for the ballot by appointing authority and may be submitted in the form of one or several questions, so it's up to them.
Tom, I think if you can answer the question, if they don't touch something,
Right.
that we have the authority
What's
to
the
go back
effect?
and touch it.
Yeah.
If they just touch one thing in this charter, does that give us the authority to go through this whole charter again?
Right, so we will answer that. I mean, look, with multiple council members in the room, I
Yeah.
think a lot of them have committed to sending the whole thing back to us, realizing that this thing is riddled with issues and
But
touch every chapter.
we can't assume that. Not willing to assume anything.
Yeah.
Because my name is going on this and our names are going on this.
And there are, I guess we could write a letter saying, here's what we don't agree with, it's in the charter. We
Yeah,
can
but
work
if
on
they
that
don't
right
touch it,
now.
still-
But if they pass it, we're done. If
I
they
Well,
don't-
there
pass
are
it,
things
we're-
in here I think that some city council do not want, so.
Yeah, I think there's very little chance they don't send this back to us with questions and changes.
But
But I
what
want to
if
make
it's
sure they
not,
touch every single part of this charter.
there you go. John, that's exactly where I'm at.
Because I have no problem sending this off.
But it's summertime and the living is easy.
This was drafted.
Yeah, the watermark got screwed up. It was draft 9 and then it was supposed to switch to draft report. Let me tell you, this was such
I
a
like
disaster
Georgia.
that I,
Just, we need to answer that question before we proceed, I guess.
I mean, the other thing is that we go through this draft report, we list the items that we don't agree with.
or further changes we wanna make.
Or
And
further
totally, I'll start, I've got plenty, but there are other chapters here we haven't touched yet.
But is that the law?
But it'd be good to be
Is
able
that
to
the
get
law?
that
Can we
done
do that?
into somebody's hands in
I
the
think
correct
right now,
time.
there's all of us here, I think it would be great for us to have a uniform decision as to what in this draft we're not happy with, even though it's moving forward, and then something can be written to them expressing that.
Well, I'm not in agreement with that because my thought is, and this has been a thought that's been swirling around, is that whatever we send them, that's it. And I don't wanna take the chance that whatever we send them, and then they come back and say, oh, look, the statute says this, the statute says that. We have to follow the Connecticut General Statute.
I know.
There's no turning that around.
I think this draft is potentially has typos in it.
It does.
With all due respect, I don't think the council is that evil, that they would
Well, it's not
send
even
this back to us without
We're
letting
not
us make
even
these
saying
changes.
that
It has nothing to do with that. We sent it to them. They didn't have anything to do with it. We did this and sent it to them.
You're right.
That's on us. It's not on the council. They're free and clear of this one. The council done things, but they didn't do this. They got their own woo-woos and let's not put any more on them. And we got ours.
Hey, are you on?
I think that's the biggest question, we need to know that.
I don't think after it goes out, we can get it back and make the changes. I don't think that can happen. I think we need to
Well,
make
it
the
does,
changes.
in state statute, it does say that we can, as long as they make
Yeah,
recommendations.
but what are we gonna twist our arms to make?
Yes, bring me one of your arms.
I'll give you this one. Well, listen, if once it's given to them and they review it, they're gonna come back with their comment.
Yeah, we're giving it to them half baked
Regardless
though.
how we look at it.
Okay, but
We still
one,
have to address their comment and correction. We
If
we
they
still have
have
to
it.
edit it, we still have to correct it no matter what.
Yeah, but let's not give it to them half baked. That's what
Well,
I'm saying.
At this
I agree.
point,
Don't give it to them half baked. That's
I
not
agree.
fair to them and it's not fair to us. I put in a lot of time coming here. All of us have.
and not for nothing, this has been.
We put in a lot of time coming here.
This ethics section has been reorganized again, so it's
And,
not
and,
even,
and who
we
put
didn't
those
even
things
vote
in
on this
there?
reorganization.
There's things in there that
So
we
how
did
is
not
that-
put in there. Dave, there's stuff in there that we didn't put. I don't know
How
what you
is this
said.
acceptable?
well, what I would recommend, let's go back to what we're working on, so we know what we need to correct, and then send it back to them and they can make other corrections. We don't have time to read through that and see what change or what adjustment made that is not in line with what we talked about. So
Well,
what I would recommend, let's follow what the same path that we're
Second
following.
that.
Because this is what, we know where we are, we know what we're working on,
So
we know
draft
where we
eight.
start. Stick with draft 8 and then we move on.
Oh, I said, oh, you said go back to draft
back to
8.
Go back to draft 8.
And trash this, yeah, we know draft 8.
Number 11.
Yeah, we.
Well,
we
we,
look at this.
That's
first,
where we are, draft 8, number 11.
first, we
Page one.
have some, I also want, I feel like we go back to this, but we also have some things that that's the other thing, we tabled stuff. that
And
we
don't
didn't
know
even
where they-
vote on it, now it's in
We don't know
here.
where they are in here.
This is
Yes,
not, this is not.
But we know where they are in our,
And draft 8.
in our draft 8 that we
Yeah.
did. John, you have them, right?
Okay,
I have them too.
so, draft 8, please go back to
Okay.
page 8 of 39.
Correct.
This is June fifth, exhibit 3, is that
Mhm.
correct?
It says draft date on it.
If it's draft 8, you're good.
Okay.
And it was June 5th, exhibit 3, yes.
Actually, we need to go back to 7, because there was stuff we tabled in 7.
And 7, we tabled something?
Yes.
I thought 8 was the first time.
The language, with that membership shall serve no more than, we tabled that, if we go back to that and correct it.
No, that was corrected.
No, that was correct.
Okay.
That was correct,
All
yeah.
right, yeah, I'm just wondering.
We're all good on that.
Yeah, well, good, no, that's good to find that, all right.
Now, let's go back to the next page,
So,
8. We tabled
Page
it.
8, we took out
Is it 2-stage?
1,
Yes.
Yeah. We
then
deleted.
for 2,
Tell me what page.
1 becomes 2.
Page eight.
Page 8,
page 8.
number
Okay.
1, we
39.
deleted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the old numbers, the numbers in red. I'm gonna use the old numbers in
Yes.
red,
Okay.
okay? So, number 1, we did cross that out, we voted for it, but, well, actually,
Yes.
yes, we
Yes,
crossed, we
that's
did
right.
vote for that. Okay, number 2 in red, we, have the commission shall hire a director for the Office of Municipal Ethics.
Striking by April 19th and shall have, knocking out the have, hired a director.
Yes,
Leaving only the language in red, and
Yes.
that becomes number 1.
right. So,
Number
red
three.
number 3,
We did no action with that.
We're good with
It became number 2. And
number,
number 4 became number 3 with no changes. Number 5, in cases where fines are imposed and remain unpaid, we struck the whole darn thing.
Well, I
yes.
think we need to go back and visit that because we should give the authority to the director, the executive director of ethics, office to do that. I don't think we should just give up the fact that, they could owe us $1,000 and just give that authority to the director of the office.
Remember when we struck it?
Because there was, no way to go collect the money, it was suggested from the audience
Yeah.
that, it's $5,000, why are we gonna spend $5,000 to collect $2,000? But that was just an audience thing, so my suggestion is to put that back in on the way, saying that the director, the executive director of the Office of Ethics has the authority to pursue the
Okay,
collection.
so,
So 5 becomes 4 if we approve. You wanna move that?
I moved to.
wait, I
that.
wanna put this on a document, so give me a second.
Right.
Cause alright, cause as you saw my writing before, it was too much. Alright, so we are, tell me the section, I'm just gonna put page number, draft 8,
In red, it's a
page,
5
oh, page 8,
of 39.
red 5. And what are we
In
saying?
cases where fines are imposed and remain unpaid,
So then we need to, somebody needs to make a motion to reconsider.
I make a motion to reconsider the votes that we took regarding the Ethics Commission on Saturday, what date was that?
That's on the
The 14th.
14th.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. So
Alright, so-
we're reconsidering it now, and what do we wanna do?
In cases where fines are imposed and remain unpaid, the director of the municipal office
No,
of
we made
ethics.
it an office. Well, we were still considering that.
Wait, can I just say we want this language back, or are you
Yeah.
changing some of it?
Yeah.
No, we were
Just
I would
changing,
leave it the way it is.
Just
Leave
a
it the
little
way
bit.
it
I
is.
would leave it, so,
Just
I'm just gonna say,
Yeah.
put language back when we know that we have to change that. So this was, so, the motion is
It's
to,
been approved, yeah.
no, we just reconsidered it, I didn't vote on it.
So
The
a
motion
motion
is
to approve
to approve
the
the
language.
collection of,
former 5, which becomes 4.
So we approve,
There's a motion on the
all-
floor.
Yep, all those in
Favor.
I
favor?
need a second.
I'll have a
Oh,
second.
sorry. Second? I mean,
I'll
second,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Okay, so this is Joe and Susan, and all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, motion passes. All right,
Number 6 on this page.
number 6, red, I
A
say delete
two-stage
it.
process follows, delete that entire section 1 and 2.
It was tabled.
That was
We're
tabled.
It
looking
was
to delete,
tabled.
yeah,
But we're gonna
Well, we
delete
delete,
it.
we delete 7,
Yeah.
8, and 9.
I have information.
Second.
Good information.
7, 8,
No,
and
not
9
really.
are deleted?
Mark checked with Steve Mennick, who's like the state's expert on this, and he says this thing needs to be clocked in tonight with the city clerk.
What
No
time?
ifs, ands, or buts. Well, she's sitting out there right now, and she will be there until the meeting's over, and that's about it. I just went to her and I said, I need you to walk up to your office after this is done, I'm very sorry, but you have to clock something in tonight. So she said, okay, that's good.
Oh,
We'll
Let's keep
keep
going.
going, so that's okay.
all right, so the number 6, that was tabled. And, would anybody like to make a motion?
Do we have to make a motion to take it off the table?
No.
Okay. I make-
Okay, so,
I make a motion to strike 6, 1 and 2.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
hold on.
Opposed?
Strike section, red 6, on page 8.
I think we kept 7.
No, 7, 8, and 9
9, we got
were
rid of those.
stricken.
All right,
And 10 was tabled.
I think,
You wanna go back to?
I wanna go back to, I think
What
that
is that,
we,
Red
number
eight.
8, number 8. Now, I don't understand why that was stricken, I just wanna make sure that the municipal office of ethics shall have its own budget and manage its own budget for resources which may be necessary. Now, why did we strike that?
Because we have something,
I just wanna make
We
sure
got
that
something-
that's the case, that they have the authority to manage their own, have their own budget and manage their own budget.
Wait, so
Or,
which one?
you know what, why don't we just put it in, and if we have to take it out, we have to take it out.
So is 7 gonna go back in?
Please don't hate me,
go ahead.
but we cannot work off of a previous draft other than what we have as exhibit 1 today, because there's no way to make, like, we need to be consistent from this new document to the changes, or else we're not gonna have a thing to print out in an hour to hand to the clerk. So we have to go off the.
Well, okay, that's fine for us to do that, but these aren't in here, and so these are the.
No, we
things-
can add or change, but we have to
Let's-
make
we-
changes
we'll go
relative
back
to
to
this
that.
document.
But I would like, yeah, but these were things that were taken off, so they're not in the draft.
Oh, okay. Oh, you didn't put them in yours either.
I put them in mine as stricken, but if you took those as, if
All
you
the
guys,
strikeouts,
yeah,
I deleted from this.
so there you go, we have to talk about it, I mean, we need,
Okay,
we
okay,
do
that's
need to
fine.
go back to this.
As long as it's relative to this document.
Yeah,
But you have this open on your.
Yes,
you can
this
make
is ready,
changes.
yes,
All right.
correct, okay.
so this is, putting back language for red 8 of page 8 of draft 8. All those in favor? Oh no, who's motioning it?
Well, I don't think Tom answered the question
Oh.
about why it was stricken in the first place.
Oh, municipal office of ethics shall have its own budget for resources made in the necessary product.
I remember there was a reason.
Yes.
No, I mean,
Perhaps because otherwise the mayor.
I think
No,
Chuck-
we don't want the mayor or anybody
No.
involved.
But maybe it was stricken because that otherwise.
No, I think John Lee had made the point the other day about the budgeting process, just that they may approve the budget and the council looks at adopts something that wasn't here.
I know, but then.
Just
Why
to be
would that
safe- just to be
prevent them
safe,
from
let's
having a
keep it.
budget?
I don't know.
So then let's put it back.
Let's keep that in.
So we can flop
Yeah.
it
Back in.
here, and he's.
Okay,
Now, is seven stricken?
Yes.
7 chicken.
7, 8, 9.
No, not what we did Saturday. Right now, have we made a decision on 7?
7, we passed it, we're on the,
We're on 8.
we're on the other one, the yes,
No,
where,
but why aren't we looking at red 7?
oh, red 7?
Is it because it's redundant?
It's redundant.
It's redundant,
It's redundant.
yeah,
Thank you. Strike, the strike the stage.
We already struck.
Yes.
All right, now we're back to 8, which likely will become a 5.
yeah. Okay, so, would anybody like a motion to make a motion to put back red 8?
I'd like to
To
move
put back
that.
red 8
I'd like to second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Can I ask you a quick question? I hate to, but there was talk that it was supposed to be the Office of Municipal Ethics.
Yes,
Yes.
Can we make a motion to change that language throughout?
it's
Yes.
already done on there, and we did
Okay,
it.
thank you, thank you.
If that motion was made
Got it.
Seven.
by Anthony.
No problem.
He did, but it made sense, so we went with it. Okay, so now, next page, page 9, red 9, that has been stricken.
And then we table 10.
And then we table 10, let's go back to that, talk about it quick, anything?
How about 9?
No,
We struck.
we
And
struck
if
it.
it stays struck,
Is that one we're good with?
okay?
And then on 10, we tabled, and that was Tom put in the new language about the staffing.
Yes, the staffing, as promised, looks like the Office of Legislative
Wait a minute,
Services.
10 we tabled, why aren't we talking about that?
We got,
That's where we're at right now. Because
Oh,
Tom
because
came back.
staffing is down below. On the next one, on 11. We're working on draft 8.
Yeah, no, but I'm working on what we, this is table, that's the table part.
Yeah,
Did,
but you
did,
want to, okay.
my question is this. On that part, on, where are we?
Right here.
The part, yeah, number 10, isn't that something that we just lifted from the municipal, the legislative office stuff, and Tom was going to
And in the
give
new
us that
draft,
information,
you'll see, it
give us that
says,
information.
Give
it
us a
says under
page.
staffing, so on the new draft, exhibit 1 of today, on page, sorry, I don't know where.
I got it, page 11 of 85. Pursuant to available.
Yes, I'm sorry, yeah, pursuant to available funding, the Ethics Commission shall appoint a director of the Office of Municipal Ethics who shall be in class.
What page?
Page
Page
11.
11 of 85 in the draft report.
Draft report from the
Third paragraph.
about
Yeah.
Staff.
staffing. Pursuant to available funding, the Ethics Commission shall appoint a director of office to the Office of Municipal Ethics who shall be in the unclassified civil service. The director of legislative services shall be responsible for the day-to-day management functions of the Office of Municipal Ethics. The director may, subject to available funding, appoint subordinate staff deemed necessary to carry out the duties and responsibilities of the office. Such subordinate shall be appointed subject to provisions of Chapter 17 of this charter and shall be in the non-competitive classified division. Same, more or less, language as we had in the Office of Legislative Services. So this director is appointed by and beholden to the Ethics Commission.
Not.
They are discretionary appointment of the commission. All
So-
other staff are appointed by that individual and are in the classified service.
So this is covering 10 and 13, and 14?
I believe that's,
Yes.
Yes?
yes,
It
exactly.
looks like it.
There's one.
So what I did is I actually, in this draft report, killed those because, and replaced it with this, that's right, yeah.
So So 10, the
10.
staffing language on page 11 of 85
Yeah.
in the draft, draft report encompasses section 10, section 11, section 13, and section 14
Correct.
from draft 8.
Correct.
They're all together.
Does everybody
Yep.
take a few seconds to look at the edit? Cause then,
Yeah, that's very good, that's
Well,
exactly.
Yeah.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
It's not expression or sharing that this new ethics commission should have its own appointed attorney.
That's gonna be something we're
we're gonna talk about that,
We're
we
gonna
want
bring
that
that
to
up.
happen.
Yes.
Yeah,
gonna, alright.
yeah.
May I also, so now we're at.
So this is called staffing. Alright, so take a moment, if you wanna go over 10, 11, 13, and 14, and then compare it to that staffing section, do that at this time, please. Which is basically this, that's it. Okay, I would welcome a motion. If at all,
1 second, Madam Chair.
sure. Alright.
Seemed like Tom did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You did,
I
Tom,
think
you
that
did a
was
good job on that.
Oh,
a
you
great
did.
synthesis of all of those.
Great.
Yeah, you did
Yeah,
really good.
nice
Yeah.
job, thank you.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion, subject to, adding the board needed to appoint its own attorney, adhered to the ethics commission.
Well, we're not on that
We're
section.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're gonna
You
get
just
to
need
it.
to-
We're gonna get to it.
But I'm fine with it.
So basically, I welcome a motion for accepting the language of staffing on page 11 of 85 of the draft report.
So moved.
So-
Second.
John, H, and Joe. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passing. Next. Okay. So, back to draft 8, because I want to finish off of that. So we moved, looking at page 9, section 13, we moved section A. We moved section B. And then we did not talk about anything else. But I would welcome a motion to delete C, D, E, F, G, H, and I.
And the reasoning behind that was
The
we left
reason-
to the ethics commission and the director of ethics to,
The reason behind it is I think that the director and the ethics commission should be the ones who create who draft something, but there's also something present. This already exists. We do not need it in a charter. And it is the responsibility of this ethics commission to, educate everybody on that.
And what is that document called?
This is the chapter 2.38 Code of Ethics, and this is part of, and also the city council creates rules every year.
Now, which sections are you proposing to?
Basically on pages 10 through 11,
So, wait a minute, but B, we keep the top of B, right?
we're keeping, right, we
Yeah.
kept B, we
Last-
modified that and we took out the last
Last
sentence because it was
sentence,
repetitive.
Right.
Then everything else, and also just to be full transparency, this was not a section that, this basically, all of 13 was not something that the subcommittee put together, this was added in. We didn't even know that this was here until we saw it.
Okay, so it's gone then.
So, well, I don't know, that's up to you.
From C to G, is that what you're saying?
Basically from C to I.
Aye.
I think
So that
that's,
would cover, can you just do the, just so I can mark in the draft we have today, fair and equal treatment,
all right, I'll tell you, sorry. Fair and equal treatment,
yep,
public meeting decorum,
yep,
rules of order,
yep,
the role of the presiding officer,
Uh-huh.
compliance with rules of order and decorum,
yep.
breach of rules,
Uh-huh.
and required cooperation. That should be satisfied in their already code of ethics that
And that's
exists.
the council,
The council,
No, it's already here.
this is code of ordinance
okay.
from Bridgeport, Connecticut, code of ordinance.
Okay.
It is, it's set, for right now, it says Title II, Administration and Personnel, Chapter 2.38 Code of Ethics. It's already in existence now.
Okay, and you said that's updated yearly or
Well, so then the council
approved?
every year talks about their rules that they will
Okay.
abide by.
Okay.
Section 14.
Hmm?
Section 14.
Oh, and then section 14, wait, we didn't make a vote on that first. I'd like to vote that stuff out first.
I make a motion
I
So
second it. Go on.
To delete.
To delete.
to delete,
draft, sections C through
Through
C
I. And I second it.
delete, Steve and Tanisha. I'll make them, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is accepted. All right, then the last section, this was also put in there,
Section 14.
section 14.
Open meetings and public records. Make a motion to delete that section. After you guys read it.
Those two
Yes, there's two subsections A and B.
from 14.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of repetitive. I thought we had it in here, so it's-
We do have this other places.
I'm in favor of leaving section.
So if you go to page 11,
11, 39.
Open public meetings?
Yeah.
yeah, your chapter 5 and, section 5.
Yeah, public records. Yeah.
And then it also says by the, so by the charter? For B at the end, what is that?
Oh, yeah, my point exactly, this thing is riddled.
And that was in this draft too, which I asked, but,
Yeah, but it's,
okay, I thought somebody left.
Just talk about where this is it in each board and commission's rules, or where are all of these things
Or,
identified?
you make a good point, is this in the the chapter 1? Could this be moved to chapter 1?
We could add, well, I gotta tell you, chapter 1 is,
it's enough. But
this morning I woke up saying, I'm gonna have stuff for chapter 1 today, and then by the end of the day, I had my head down.
Well, one thing that I think Tom said that is important, and I think we need to keep that forefront in our minds, and he was saying that we don't need to put everything in the charter. I think that's where we kind of went off the rail a little bit, because the council can do ordinance, and then there's other ways for the committee to make decisions, because your committee, the ethics committee, you guys are gonna make a lot of different changes that are not in the charter. And then I feel that, I think we need to be careful with what we put in the charter, because we don't wanna tie the committee chair's hands, or the whole committee's hands, we don't wanna tie them up.
Well, even better on this one specifically, this is governed by Freedom of Information Act, so it's very.
So we should
Oh, all right,
keep it?
Yeah,
that's
this,
good,
this
okay.
is governed by
Okay.
state statute,
So we'll
there's
keep
no way
it?
around.
Yes,
That's why I was gonna say kill it, because it's
That
covered.
makes me feel.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I mean, you
Yes,
know, so
perfect.
that's,
Yes,
yes.
definitely. I feel fine
Some
with
of this
that.
stuff is
Yeah.
too much for us, too much.
I will make a motion, so section 14 of
A and
draft,
B.
Draft eight.
draft 8.
Tom, did you have this in your draft? section
I
14?
did.
It's different section.
Yeah,
It's like
section
section
5.
five.
Right. Yep.
So you're gonna take that,
On a motion.
Who motioned?
I made
I'll
a
accept the
motion.
motion.
Second.
John and Tom. We should all go to support John while he speaks.
Oh, no.
He wouldn't want us
to. Time will tell.
And time is very precious.
I support him all the time,
Um,
on the record.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's out
All
there supporting.
opposed? Okay, so we strip, that's coming out.
Alright, now we need to go
We need
back
to
for
go
a couple
back.
little bit things. There's a point where we
Go
took
to
out,
page.
I don't know the exact page.
Oh, wait, I
of
think
it.
I have it on the new doc.
The new document, where we struck out that, no town committee or national committee member should serve on the ethics commissions, that should remain.
Okay, where are we?
So this is this is number 2.
Oh my God, chapter 2?
This is, no,
Okay.
still, I'm going to it, hold on, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We've got a lot going on here right now. I have to find it. Oh, it's under membership.
I see membership.
You're on the final draft or the draft date?
Page 6 of 8,
It is page 6, in chapter, in the,
of 8.
in
Of
the
39,
draft
I mean.
8 of 39.
Oh,
Draft,
6 of
it's in
39.
the draft of 30, oh my
Yeah,
God.
see page 6 right
Yeah.
there.
I can't say any more numbers, it's gonna get worse.
Okay, now where is it at, John? Which,
We're looking to, we had taken out on Saturday,
where?
So section 12, B,
where it says
is that
that.
what you're talking about?
Is it
Under
Yes,
membership?
number 2.
Okay,
Yes.
and then
Number
number
two.
2,
We
okay.
we struck it Saturday.
We struck no town committee member or national committee members. That should be put back in because it has to do with politics, strictly up in politics.
Is this in the
Respectfully,
report?
I have to, no, this is not if it wasn't in yours. I barely, the only thing I did is touch my little section I promised I would do. Otherwise, I left what you sent me today. I didn't wanna mess with it. I assumed you got what the committee wanted.
No person.
But I will
Oh, I
say,
see where,
we
yeah.
struck it, and I just wanna reiterate why. With all due respect to that viewpoint, the Constitution of the United States, a precious document which many of our elected officials at all levels of government ignore, prohibits us from making that restriction. I mean, there are all kinds of people, what if they're not on the DTC or Republican Town Committee or Working Families Party, and they're a campaign manager, or they're this or that, they're involved in politics, and we're not making rules about politics writ large, and I don't think we can. So respectfully, I see your point, and the mayor would be ill-advised to make such appointments.
But that has happened.
It's unconstitutional for us to put it in. I have to insist.
All right, then I'll move on then. But, where the next point I'd like to bring up in regards to this.
Where does it say no member, we did.
Which strike that?
No, we struck it on
We struck
Saturday,
it,
so
we
you
struck
so
it.
when
I
you
wanted
sent
to
it
put it back
today,
in.
it did.
I wanted to put it back in.
Okay, I get that, but where is the membership?
Oh, it's section 3, subsection B of the
10,
new report.
1085.
Where is it at? On the new?
10 out of 85.
10 out of 85
Oh
on
my
the new
God.
draft.
Page 10.
On page 10.
Second paragraph.
Okay, we struck out 2, but we have, but 3, is the old 3 still there?
Yeah, we left the thing about how you can't do business with the city or have family
Where is
members doing
that?
business.
On this new document? Cause I don't see it under membership. It's supposed to be under membership and it's not there.
Oh, one thing I wanna ask also, my mind, when we
It's
talk
totally
about
gone.
family,
Oh.
we said immediate
Wait,
family?
excuse me,
Okay,
we're,
let me write this down, because I need to ask this.
yeah,
You
with
know
that
what, if
whole.
you look under section 4, the very first paragraph, this goes over to the next page, is the language that we had discussed on Saturday.
Oh,
Where is it?
So if you look
Yeah.
at
Section
Page
4.
10 at the bottom.
The Ethics Commission, oh, I made it in the wrong section.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Please have
Where are we?
I'm like, this,
Where is it?
see,
Go to-
this is
go to
what,
10.
this is not good.
Page 10.
No, it's not.
Right, so if you see where it says to assist the ethics commission members,
This one is the wrong
Yes.
location.
So this
Yes.
is miss, and it's
That's why I
not
said we're gonna put it
missing,
in half.
and it should say, no member shall be an employee, officer of the city, or principal, or their immediate family of doing business and, oh my God, of doing business or organization currently seeking to do business with the city of Bridgeport. They're prohibited. Where's that?
Leave it in the.
Oh, I see, okay, so the city council shall establish an office of municipal
Yeah,
ethics.
it's not in there.
It's
Yeah,
not
but it
in there.
shouldn't even be,
It's not in there.
no.
Oh, wait a minute, yeah, what happened?
yeah,
And even the way that
Okay,
that
no,
it's
I
written
see.
here is kind of wonky.
right,
You're a creature,
yeah.
Is that the one where we updated the wall members?
Oh, I
So
like
on
it.
on page 3 of the
Yes.
thing that I sent you, yes, it should be under B,
You're
it
right.
should be B2, or whatever you wanna call it. Yeah, cause there's B1, no more than, no more, okay, so that's there,
We're good.
no more than 2 is
You know
there,
what I mean?
and then, okay, that's there,
I don't see it in your change you sent to me.
it is,
No, that you sent me today, maybe.
today, it should be on that document, I didn't change it.
So that's number 3 you're talking about in your, in our draft 8.
So,
Members shall not be employees or officers of the city.
Yeah, we just reworded
We had
it
a
a little
long
bit.
conversation.
We reworded it.
All members who are principals of businesses currently seeking to do business with City of Bridgeport are prohibited from doing
Serving
or
on this
seeking
commission.
to serve on this.
So what page are you writing?
no, this
I'm
is,
reading-
this is all jumbled.
Of
I'm
30,
reading,
of
I'm reading
30
what
sections.
we hammered out.
Did you send it to me?
It's on the third page
More
of
than
what Faith sent out.
On draft 8.
It's on
Yeah,
page
okay.
3.
It's on
Three
page
is top of the
3.
page.
All
Page
members
3 of
of.
what?
You know, our
Page three.
But, and then I was
Yeah,
gonna
it
say
is here.
no members.
Page
Where
3 of
it should
85?
be above terms of members, yeah, I don't know how this got, okay, so this is easy,
Page 3
copy
of
and
85
paste.
is
Yeah.
But is the language right?
That
It says,
language
okay,
you
what,
have
what
here.
we have is all members who are employees, officers.
But why does it say all members? It shouldn't say all members.
No, it was stating it positively, okay, that was the reason.
Yeah, it's right, all.
Okay, yes, sorry.
Okay, all members who are employees, officers of the city, or principals, or their immediate family, of businesses and organizations currently seeking or doing business with the city of Bridgeport are prohibited from serving on the commission.
What is it, who is the immediate
So,
family?
you're right though, because they're not members yet, so it shouldn't say all members, it should say all, maybe all prospective members or all
Yeah.
candidates.
Well,
Or a
You
member shall
can't,
not, a member shall not be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's right. A member
member
shall not,
should-
so you
shall
can't
not
never
be.
be a member if you
Correct.
fall under this.
right.
Can I ask the question again? Who is immediate family? Did we say that anywhere?
It is defined
Yeah,
actually
it's
in the
defined.
contract.
Charter
It
or
is,
bylaws.
yes, it does, that's what I
defined.
just want to make sure I didn't see it.
It is defined. So a member shall not be, and then blah, 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 blah.
No, actually, the language, it should be candidates,
That's what I was.
yeah.
Well, that's why I was saying no member shall be.
We have
I
all
said it that way.
candidates,
Now we're back on page 6.
we're back on page 6 of 29,
39.
39. Oh, I don't know what.
That's okay, and we're at one.
Yeah, I think we
on
need
the
to
bottom.
reword this.
We're in
You
three.
could
Yeah, I don't like
technically
the
be a
wording of
candidate,
it
but
at
you
all.
would be disqualified because of your status.
You can't expect to be on this group if you're part of this.
Well, you're gonna, what's that, all candidate, your candidate, when you run for, you're gonna be elected or sit on any office. So it will all candidates subject to the following, cannot do aid with the same language that you have it in. And I think it's a clarification that it covers everything.
Where you say bona fide residents,
Oh,
who
yeah.
are employees, officers of the city.
Yeah, you should be saying bona fide residents.
Yes, but we're gonna go here.
You can't
One of
put
these
on
are-
grammar.
Ah,
I know. No, but we definitely wanna make sure that section is in there,
Yes.
which was not, so.
Yes.
Alright.
Doesn't have to be pretty, just gonna be.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, now,
Here, I'm gonna read you,
Yeah, hold on,
Uh,
hold on.
I'm gonna try this.
Let me, hold on.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
It will be.
Tom's
Tom is
putting it
making
in, he's
changes
putting
right
it in
now.
right now.
Okay.
Okay, so this is membership,
here's
Wait,
what
hold on.
I'm proposing as language, and I can read it twice too. That no member of this commission shall be an officer or employee of the city, nor shall they be a principal or immediate family member of a principal of any business currently doing business or seeking to do business with the city.
That
Let's
covers
just say
it.
business or organization. Thank you. Yeah.
I think you got it. I
I
think
can
you got it.
predict what Joe's gonna say. Okay.
can you shoot that over to me so I can put it on this
Yes, I'll email
document?
it to you.
This little,
Nor.
I will send everybody the, you know, how I've been doing that voting sheet. I haven't done it for the past two, but, do it. If you give me that language, I can put it out. So,
No.
I'll accept a motion.
So, second. Just next item that I see. Alright, all those in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, I'm just, thank you, Doug. Alright, the next thing, just to make sure it's right, it says term of members. We,
Come here,
Sami,
Where?
Sami,
Thank you.
fix it up,
Right,
it's
right
on,
under
next-
three.
it's the new one. It's
On
under
39 page.
Yeah.
Yep, see, right under there.
The mayor shall make initial nomination to the ethics commission, blah, 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 okay? Where we have 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't have in your, and I don't know if we're just gonna assume that the council's gonna approve this, there we go.
There's something he
So
was.
the first sentence was there was stricken, and then we had members by a 2/3 vote of the city council,
Correct.
Yes.
and we approved this.
Yes,
we-
but
But that part was stricken, where it says shall be confirmed by a vote of the city council requiring a vote of 2/3 by those of the city council, members present and voting.
And we struck it because it already exists in the boards and commissions.
I just wanted to make sure that we got it.
Because we just focus on, if the mayor failed to appoint someone,
Yeah.
then the city council
That's on the
will
vacancies.
do that under the vacancies, so cover all that in the
Do we
back.
see
Do
it?
we want to consider, so the mayor is gonna make the first initial appointment. Do we want to make this a self-appointing commission?
The last part of it, yes, when it becomes the vacancies, yes.
For who?
If
Not
nobody else, if
totally.
the mayor doesn't do it, then the
Oh,
city
right,
council
but we,
doesn't
and
do
we
it.
have that language,
Yeah,
so,
that's what
okay,
they-
perfect.
That's
That's already in there.
Alright, that sounds good, okay.
Now,
Oh.
I guess we're just gonna assume that the council is gonna have to do that, that's correct. All
So
right,
we don't need any
Right.
changes there.
I would double check with, I'm gonna vote on it,
right.
but I believe that that's what.
So we don't have a motion yet, so let's just hold on to that, all
We can
right.
go to qualifications though, we had a comment about that. That's where the lawyer.
That's, yeah,
Okay, so this C, term of members, we're just tabling that, what are we
for
doing?
right now, we're gonna table it to make sure that we don't have to say the council.
Well, we're just gonna
No,
leave
we're
it
not
right
tabling
here.
it.
We're not
Hold it
tabling
to
it.
the
It's
side,
already
we haven't
done.
tabled it
Oh,
yet.
he's gonna vote when he comes back,
Or
okay.
momentarily.
We're momentarily pushed to the side.
Okay.
Now, in regards to, and I know Joey, you have a problem with this somewhat. In regards to a lawyer or a person of ethics on this commission, being required to be on this commission, all right? We as lay people are not versed in the law, all right? So if you have lawyers debating back and forth, and you're an ethics member, and you're not versed in the law, it's gonna be, it happened to us. I know what happened to me when the lawyers were debating back and forth and back and forth, they got lost, okay? Because I don't know. I think it's extremely important that we have somebody that is in the know, that is versed, at least one member that is versed in the law and or some ethics. It's extremely important because that member can debate back and forth on the issues of the law.
And we need somebody that is ready, not like,
Okay,
I mean,
Steve.
Steve?
Here's a challenge,
Let Steve talk.
I'm sitting on this board.
Okay, Chair.
90% of the complaint and challenge
Wait a
that,
minute.
oh, 90% of the complaint and challenge is always have some legal, thing attached to it. which is gonna determine a probable cause. And just use an example. You know, several years ago, we had an issue at the airport. Now, you have a lawyer from this side, a lawyer from that side, is descended like vulture.
That's what
And
they
then
do.
we have to wait until miscellaneous matter give us a document that we don't know if it's been scratched or get whatever. Then when it come to us, few weeks later on, with the delivering party, you're trying to give us 2 seconds to read it, to dissect it, and this is my recommendation. But I think it's important enough that if I'm gonna make a suggestion on Tom's life or his things, I need to get proper instruction from attorney, because whatever is happening, the law is on his side, no matter where you look at it. So it is in our best interest to recommend to have someone with some type of legal, background to sit on there. Because a lot of, all the documents come before the board is private. It's her private life, where she live, her social security.
Yeah.
Everything is so private on that board, so it is incumbent on us to find someone with good moral, find someone with good ethic, find someone with a good law background to understand the ramification, and can speak clearly to the member before the city attorney comes. Because I sit on the board sometimes, not said you, but the city attorney will come and say, this is, I've read it, and this is what I see it look like, and this is what I think it should go, because it don't make no sense. But if Tom make a complaint and bring a valuable issue to the table, we need to look at it, we need to chop it up, we need to investigate it, and then we can come back to Tom and say, listen, Tom, we make a contract decision. Why? We look at A, B, and C, but our attorney find probable cause in C and D. This is what we think the deal is. So we never had that on the board, and because never, it's almost leaning one-sided. So I believe the new board that we're putting together, stand alone, have its own attorney representation, but recommend the people who come on the board, it would be nice to have, and I would highly recommend it,
Well,
legal
can I-
understanding.
Can I add to that, the ethics commission that it stands now, there is an individual that is a lawyer that wants to be on the ethics commission. So it's not an issue of we can't get a lawyer on the ethics commission. Or
Okay.
request, or need one. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
John.
John Marshall.
We're talking about having legal members just as, because of their professional or lifetime education, experience, training. But they don't represent,
No, they're not representing nothing. They're bringing
no,
clarification.
they're not, they're just able perhaps to cut through and explain
Exactly.
and educate the other members of the group.
Yes.
Okay? Because again, hearing a time when there were 3 justices and a couple of attorneys available, historically in Bridgeport, that's not where we're living these days, it seems. So, okay, I understand, but do you have, it's our recommendation that that office has, will it be likely that the office itself,
We can't take that chance, we need
Could
We
be
need
an
the
attorney.
experience on the commission, and based on his experience, right, Steve, you are feeling there needs to be somebody with that knowledge on a
I do,
commission.
I do.
And there, the city attorney whom you can consult with, people not in office today or past, they are representing the ethics for the entire city.
Okay, let me understand. The city attorney only do things based on the city. And they come with the city view of, this is how we look at, this is what we read, this is how we interpret it, this is how we look at it, this is we think the recommendation should be. Now, we're saying, no, get Tonga that he is an independent, unbiased attorney that represents the ethics board, no one else. So he's
No,
gonna.
when he doesn't represent the board, he's
Well, that's-
only
that's-
one
No, no, no,
person.
no.
But that's
What I'm
something else
saying,
we're going to look at.
we're gonna have the attorney, but we're gonna have an independent attorney hired by the board.
fine, okay, that's
That's a
separate.
separate.
Yeah.
That's a whole
That's
separate,
separate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's go
What
back
we're-
to the commission.
What we're trying to do
We're
is.
talking about
put in-
commission membership.
I know you won't like that song, but
Susan?
I'm
Okay,
just
I
saying.
have two things to say about this. I agree with you, John, that, it's very nice that there's an attorney on the commission right now at this moment. We are
No, we don't
not-
have one yet.
Oh, I thought you said
No,
there's,
there's
you have
one
someone
that's
who's willing
applying.
to,
Yes.
okay. Here's the thing, this is one person you're talking about. When we look at the body of the city of Bridgeport, and you have to be a resident, as John said, you're gonna be hard pressed to find someone who's an attorney who wants to sit on the ethics commission, because as an attorney, it's very likely that they could come before, that they would have their own issues as to why they don't wanna, sit on a board and commission. The other piece is, it's not the members' responsibilities to be explaining legal issues. Because what if they're a dopey lawyer? You know, what if they're wrong in their opinion? I think if you have a legal opinion, it's got to go, and I totally agree with the independent city attorney representation, you know, have an outside counsel, whatever. But if you really need a legal opinion, it shouldn't be someone who happens to be available to sit on a commission, who happens to live in Bridgeport, who is a nice guy, and maybe is best friends with the sitting mayor. I don't know, I'm just saying, there are a lot of different variables that come into it.
You are correct, but have understanding, because when I sit on the board, a lot of things, I didn't know what the hell some of the terms on the board is. I had no clue. I had to sit there, literally, there was another guy, I forgot his name. And he was great, I would lean over to him and say,
What the heck did that mean?
What is he saying? And he would make clarification. So, again.
Was he an attorney?
Yes, he was a city attorney, I think he had a bald head, I forget.
About his head?
He had a bald head.
He was
Hard
okay.
working, man.
Yes, he was hard working.
He was a what kind of attorney?
He was a city attorney,
He was a city attorney.
yeah,
Was he the city of Bridgeport city attorney?
yes.
Yeah, so he was sitting here at the table,
But he was the, okay, the other thing with the.
he wasn't a member of the commission.
No, the other thing with the ethics commission, when a document comes before us on probable cause, our job is to read the document. Read through it, see where it started, where it's on the middle, and where it's at the end. And then we talk about it. Then we ask the city attorney for clarification on certain things that in the document that we might not have a clear understanding about. It's there just to provide clarification. And then once we look at the document, not give advice, give clarification. So now we're saying, just like in your court situation, it is due to have an independent attorney that unbiased to the city and to that individual that a complaint or something comes about. But we're saying that it will be recommended to have a board member, somebody who in there that can able to bring some
Well, I would say, if
clarification.
you're saying it would be a nice to have, that's one thing. But if you're requiring it, you're gonna.
No, it can't be a
you're
requirement.
gonna-
No, it can't be a
Can
requirement.
I bring it to this point? This is something that we might, just way up what you just said. The mayor should consider at least one or two individuals who possess professional experience in the law or ethics. We can add that in there and we can,
So I had recognized Aisha, then
Oh,
you,
sorry.
then Tom, then you. Alright, go ahead.
I'm thinking that, can't we have a consultant? Do we have to have somebody that sits on the board? And why I'm thinking of consultant, because, they will consult. You don't think so, John? You said,
that's the next issue that we need to,
Right.
yeah, I'm thinking a consultant. I don't think that we should have the city attorney there. I
we
don't
need a
think.
lawyer.
Yeah, but no, a lawyer consultant, and maybe even more than one consultant, because like you said, we're gonna be hard pressed, even more than one consultant, and, I don't think that, the city attorney should be there at all. I don't see that person being the person for the,
No, the city
No.
attorney,
no, I don't see that. But I do understand, that you need a lawyer there. I worked in a law firm for 10 years. I understand that you do need one. And the other thing that I'm concerned about, if you put two attorneys on there, it's gonna be, clash time.
So we ought to have an odd number and
Well, it's not even,
It's not even.
what happened to our qualifications in here? We didn't
Yeah, I don't see it.
vote to take it all out, and I don't see it in here either.
We said was changing it for training or something.
Yeah,
We're putting training, then we leave it back to
Oh,
qualification.
we left training in here.
So,
Okay, never mind.
if
Yes.
yeah, to me, this is,
what's going on?
I have several issues with this. Number one, I'm a lawyer, would never malign
It's too cold.
But when a lawyer serves on any commission, or anybody,
No, don't put it up too high, please. No,
I'll turn it off for the moment.
okay, that's fine.
they're
Bring it over
serving
here.
on a board or commission as a citizen of the city. They're not there to render legal advice. They're not there to render consultation. They're not there to clarify.
That's
You can lean over and say, can you clarify this for me? You have no idea if the information you're getting back is correct, based on the fact that they're an attorney. And I'm not saying that they wouldn't give you correct advice, but that might not be their wheelhouse. They might be a divorce attorney. They might be patent law.
Malpractice.
So, and again, you are taking one of the 5 positions and holding it dear to a subclass of citizen in the city of Bridgeport, and that I do not agree with. I agree you want people there. I think it is the mayor's responsibility to nominate qualified people. It is the council's responsibility to approve by 2/3 qualified people.
Or not.
Or not. But what I don't wanna see is that person resign, and now, the city is on the hunt for an attorney. And again, and I agree with that,
Valid
Sue made the
points.
point,
That's
made the
valid.
point is that, right, you don't know that this person is reasonable, or let alone ethical, or let alone, giving you the right advice in your ear as a member of the commission. They're there as a citizen, sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, but that's what they're there as, not as a, for any other reason.
But just a question, so as it stands, does the Ethics Commission have the right or the opportunity to consult someone from outside?
That's something that.
That's the next
step.
That's the next
piece.
step, that's the next
So
step.
that's what you wanna bring in?
That's the next
Because
step.
I agree, if the city attorney's gonna do business for city, they're gonna defend the city, and the other one, the plaintiff or whoever, yeah.
But the city attorney does have to hire this person right away, right?
No,
No.
Okay, right,
Yes,
yeah,
no, they do
Well,
by,
so, yeah, okay, so-
by law.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Tom.
I
Well,
think
you know where we're at,
I've
Sally.
said this before, it warms my heart as someone who just got my law degree, that you all think lawyers are the most amazing people in the world. However, I tend to agree with Joe about, first of all the different things, I endorse fully what he said. I do not think that asking them to be a member of the commission, they are no better or
That's-
worse than any other ethical, smart, hardworking person
I
that's
think
on
the
the
point
commission.
is well taken, I think,
No.
but what?
Now, as for the, even having outside counsel, we have had multiple boards, the city council, the board of ed, have all made similar requests, bodies that are bigger and have way more business pending before them for their own outside legal counsel. And the answer every single time is that there is one city attorney. We've actually put in protections in the city attorney chapter to now make that nomination, which by the way, they have a 4-year term, they cannot be removed except for cause. And they need to be approved by the council. We're adding that in here, which is great, as a check and balance on this process. But there is one voice when the city of Bridgeport gets sued, and everyone is saying, well, when the city and the ethics commission, no, the ethics commission is the city. When we give this ethics commission and this charter pursuant to the city of Bridgeport, we give them authority to fine somebody $250, and they're taken to court, it will say, name versus city of Bridgeport. Make no mistake, and the city attorney is the person that gives legal advice and interprets this document. So respectful, and to Sue's point about how if there is outside counsel, the city attorney would need to hire that person. Now, in the case of a conflict, let's suppose that the city, the ethics commission is taking action, let's say, against a city council member, there might be an ethical obligation, as there often arise in the legal field, to hire outside counsel, and that will happen, undoubtedly, as it often does. But putting any language in here about separate outside counsel is a huge mistake. and ignores, again, all of the,
I wanna ask you, are you
Yeah.
thinking that the city attorney should be counsel to the city council, to the ethics commission, to the board of ed?
they are
already.
They do everything.
They are.
They
But
are.
board of
Already
ed,
to
no,
everything.
they will use the office, but when it's concerning matters, they hire outside counsel.
They who?
At
The
the,
Board of Ed.
exactly,
No,
that's
the city
exactly right,
attorney's
the city
office.
attorney at their
the
vote
ones who
hires
have to do
outside
it.
counsel for them, which has been an arrangement for a long time, because there are a couple firms that have expertise in education law. But to be clear, when it comes to defending the city of Bridgeport in any lawsuits or interpreting this document, it is the sole responsibility of the city attorney. Now, if we have questions or concerns about the city attorney, which when we did that chapter, we've added some more safeguards, I'm with you. But if we're trying to create some separate
Well,
legal
that's the next
avenue,
section we're gonna
then,
go over then.
you know, just
Yeah,
like,
let's go.
That stuff was put in there that we
Yeah,
did not
that we didn't
talk
agree
about,
with.
so.
and by the way, I just wanna say, this is not unique for the state of Connecticut, there's one attorney general. You sue because the legislature passed the law, the governor signed, the governor did this, legislature did this, some office of ethics at the state level did this. The attorney general represents the state, the United States attorney general represents the United States.
But
So this is not
the ethics commission in the state of Connecticut has its own attorney. The legislature in the state of Connecticut has its own
Yes, they do.
attorney. So how strong do you wanna make this ethics commission when you have an executive branch overseeing an ethics commission? What message are you going to send to the rest of the state of Connecticut? And how well has this whole system worked when you have what we have, how much corruption we have in the city of Bridgeport? When, oh, okay, our city attorneys handle this.
And I
No,
took-
no, it needs to be, we make a point,
And I-
we are separate. That attorney is separate, and let somebody challenge it.
Also, Connecticut State Statutes 181, this is at the state level, this statute mandates that the State Office of Ethics establish a legal division to provide independent legal advice to the Ethics Commission and represent those matters where the Ethics Commission is the party. Notably, this representation occurs without the assistance of the Attorney General unless specifically required by the Commission. This underscores the necessity for independent legal counsel to maintain impartiality and avoid conflicts of interest. So it is done at the state.
And let me say this, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't put this in a separate city attorney, I will vote against this.
There are also
Right, so
other
separate
things,
attorney.
Connecticut General Statute 7.101, protection of municipal officers, employees, there's something about that.
But
There's
can I just ask a
also-
question to your point, I'm so sorry, that now you're talking about a separate
A
section, not about the members of the commission.
No,
it's
we're not
separate.
talking,
It's
this is a
separate.
different.
Why
Why don't we settle, why don't we settle
But
the
we
members
should
of the
settle the
commission?
members, I agree.
Yeah, let's do that.
Also, so with the member I'm sorry, never mind. No, it's
So
under
how
the
do we wanna work the qualifications?
Well, the qualifications also, I don't see where it talks about the one line that we did keep, where is that in here? In the.
Well, we changed it to training, what is it, training?
Right,
What
I mean,
page are we
I
on?
don't think we need to take any action, because we already voted to restrict it.
I know, but I don't see it in the new, I don't see it in the report.
if it's gone.
No, it's
Oh,
not
it's gone.
gone, there's a small section we kept, and that was the training.
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 And this
I
doesn't
saw
satisfy,
you said, you said
No.
training for city employees,
no, that's not it.
So what was the language?
The language was
It was a lot.
qualifications, we kept, members are required to engage in a training session and updates as needed
We
offered
kept
by
all the to requirements.
the municipal office of,
I'm sorry.
could you stop and let me just finish the sentence? So it was under E, qualifications, members are required to engage in training sessions and updates as needed, offered by the new name we have, Office of Municipal Ethics, in collaboration with the Connecticut Office of State Ethics or a successor agency. That is not anywhere in the document anymore.
You are correct.
Is section
Imagine
four,
if we didn't go over this.
Listen, this was hell today, with all due respect, this was a pain to put together, I
Where it
apologize.
says Office of Municipal Ethics, that first paragraph?
No, that's not it, that's
Is that
not
a
the same
failed
thing.
attempt to do that?
Nope, that's something
That's the
different.
training for the city employees, et cetera.
Oh, okay.
And that is here, that's in that section we kept, but we also kept this, and it's not in there.
Wait, it's after quorum before vacancy, right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, after.
It's after
Page 7.
quorum, before vacancy,
Section E.
7 of 39 at the
So it
bottom
should
of
be
the
in
paragraph,
E,
it's the,
which is
it was
E.
where qualifications.
and the title should be training.
Yes,
Okay. Yep.
so,
Plug that back in.
All right,
so,
Right here,
Yep. that is back.
we changed that.
alright, we're gonna have to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we changed that.
More, go ahead.
Woo!
She's keeping them.
Cooking already? She had her inside temperature thing is just.
See, I told you, we could've just left it.
I'm still freezing.
Okay,
You bought my jacket?
so we brought that back, alright,
Now we're up to the last point.
That's in, after E, okay.
now we're so we don't so wait, there's really no vote.
Right.
No,
We did that already.
So we've already voted on qualifications, that's out, it's in, but,
There was so much stricken
It
there, I
wasn't
probably
here.
didn't realize it. Some of
The
the
omitted language is back in,
the omitted
so
language.
we're good.
But are we leaving the last line, a minimum of 2 members of the commission shall possess professional experience?
No.
No, we
No.
pulled that on
No,
Saturday.
that's
still gonna
gone.
strike
We,
that,
we struck that on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
okay?
We need to print this file.
We already went through and the structure in here is all separate too.
my computer?
Do we want to, now we need to go back to,
The city attorney section for the municipal.
yeah,
Commissioner, through the chair,
yes.
everyone knows my position on this. I think that it's absolutely necessary to send a message out that it's a completely autonomous ethics commission. It's not beholden to any executive branch whatsoever, by look, by perception, by anything. It is autonomous, and it makes a statement that we're done of having a black eye in our face every time we turn around.
May I ask, do you have proposed language? I would be open to the idea of compelling a vote of the commission can compel a vote to hire outside counsel, force the issue. I mean, obviously, a full-time lawyer is not.
But it's in the
No, it's not,
I don't
I'm
think
saying,
It's in the state language, just take it from the
No, but
state
their
language.
office, I think, is full-time, because they have the states,
Right.
they have actual lawyers in that office, but this is not
can
that.
we
But
put
this is,
in,
but can we put the
that they
language
have
in there to retain?
retain, I was just gonna say that.
Retain, at the
That's a good
discretion
word.
They
of
have, they
the.
have the authority to retain,
Mm-hmm.
retain any lawyer.
So why don't we say something?
I think it's extremely important
that's
that
like-
we show.
Listen, by the way, Steve, remember,
separation.
remember that the ethics commission is solely responsible for hiring the director, who
That's-
themselves can be an attorney.
That-
So like
it-
they, and that's at their sole discretion.
But we still need to put something in that says this commission is completely autonomous. And that would make it that way.
And do you want me to, so
Why
this.
don't we do a sentence?
So why don't we say, upon a majority vote of the ethics commission, the city attorney shall hire independent counsel.
No, I think what
to-
John is saying is that it's not through
The
the city
director
attorney.
should hire.
That the
Director.
director should hire.
Because based on what the state of Connecticut has, it's not through the attorney,
No.
clearly says,
Yeah.
it's not through the attorney general.
Can we take the language as I already written, that are in plain sight, and somewhere incorporate it into?
Yeah, that only is a little different because instead of, this is like people that work in the office, we're empowering the commission to authorize the hiring of outside
To retain.
counsel. To retain.
To retain, yes,
Um,
Who vets this outside counsel?
The commission.
the board.
potentially a not,
City
yeah, I mean, that's
council?
my
No,
concern
no,
too,
no, not
is
the
like-
city council, the
The
board
board, the
will,
ethics.
I will put it on
its
the
director.
board. The
You
board
have to put
supposed
faith in this ethics.
The other thing is that,
Yeah.
just like any other organization,
My faith would be with the director.
Director, okay. that's
once they
fine,
return someone, the director could come and say, you know, here is 2 or
I got
3
something.
attorney, okay, let it loose.
This actually, well, I did a little bit of research on it, and this comes out of Norwalk. Independent Legal Counsel. The Ethics Commission, I mean, it may not be perfect, so you guys can read it. The Ethics Commission has the authority to seek legal advice from whoever you guys say. However, the use of independent, oh no, that's, never mind, that's just, so, if we find Norwalks, we could do, where's that? So it's not really language, sorry, it was more of an example. But Norwalk does the Ethics Commission has the authority to seek legal advice, and then somebody was saying some type of other language, why not use that? So
They could, retain or seek the advice or the retain.
say it like you wanna write it.
Okay.
Tom, you're the lawyer on this, so, you understand where this commission is going?
I do.
The Ethics Commission shall retain a lawyer.
Has the authority
As
to
the
retain
authority to
outside
retain
counsel.
Outside counsel. At his discretion for whatever come before that need representation.
Based on their own based on their own determination.
Yeah, and
Meaning
yeah,
that
the
they
matter
determine-
will come before them which will, from time to time,
Yes, Ethics Commission has
will
authority to
need,
retain outside counsel at its
outside
discretion.
representation at their discretion.
Say that again.
It's short, it's not what a lot of
All
people say.
right.
The Ethics Commission has the authority to retain outside counsel at its discretion.
Why do we use the word independent? That seems to
I
be
like that
true.
too,
Yeah, I just put that in there. Yeah, I was gonna say,
outside,
no,
Ethics
I-
Commission
just
may,
independent.
by majority vote, hire independent legal counsel, which may from time to time be necessary for the execution of its duties or something.
Can we not say from time to time, can we just say which may be necessary, or as needed?
May
As
be
needed is good.
necessary in the execution of its duties.
It's duties and
You know,
responsibilities.
when certain sensitive matters come before that require.
You don't wanna, you
As
don't wanna like,
necessary.
as necessary.
Can you send that to me so I can put it in this thing?
So wanna move that language so we can?
Yes, I will welcome a motion.
I will make that motion.
Second.
Susan and
All
Steve.
those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any
Ladies and
opposed?
gentlemen, I think we just put together a very good ethics commission.
Now, hopefully, there's nothing else missing from it.
Yeah, really.
I'm sorry, there.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna touch it so we can revisit it.
Find a third, then they've
Okay, alright, I'm gonna send you this, and then can we blaze through just the other stuff
Yes.
quickly? We do not have a lot of time before this meeting, so. No.
Faith, you said you
I'll
wanted to
email
go
it.
over the part about the city attorney?
Yes, but, we got this part in, and then,
About the hiring and how that's going to go?
so, yeah, if we could, I would like to go back and look at the
Yeah.
city attorney, law,
Mhm.
and then city council too.
Yeah, but let's do,
But I would like to look at the law, since we haven't really talked a lot about the law.
right,
We have
What
one?
section
No.
are you, what chapter?
no.
That's chapter 7? No, yeah.
What
Oh,
page?
wait, it might be a new chapter.
Chapter
We just
two.
had, it'll be chapter 8 now. We,
What page?
I don't know, I'm
Did we have-
I'm looking at the report, I'm not going there. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the report.
Oh, you're looking at the,
I would move to the report now, because we haven't had any discussion really on it
Okay.
anyway, so we should just go to the report.
okay, we're going to the draft report, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
draft report.
Law department?
That's a short section, I don't know.
Where did it go? I don't even see it.
It's here, page 25.
Thank you.
25?
25 at the very bottom it starts.
oh yeah, law department, there it is, okay.
Oh,
Right, so what changed in here is,
oh, yeah, that's,
Okay, now where did we have that in draft?
okay,
the mayor's gonna nominate now, and the council has to approve.
where,
Where?
where are
That's
you?
section 2, subsection A.
Wait, I'm still.
That's in page
Oh, it's in the-
25.
Okay,
So the current,
26.
on page 26.
26.
The current, I'm just gonna blaze through this, the council currently has
wait,
no
can you
role.
tell us the section?
No,
Section A, section 2, subsection A.
Okay,
okay,
Okay.
the mayor,
Currently, the mayor appoints for a 4-year term, and that's it. This would make it so it's a nomination by the council approval, nomination of the mayor, approval by the council.
wait a minute,
page 26 in the new document.
Chapter 89, Department of, oh no, sorry.
Section 2.
6 and 2.
So we are, I'm sorry, Tom, tell us where you are again.
yeah.
Section 2, subsection A.
See, section B is that, we never,
That's page 26, right?
All right,
Yes.
page 26, section 2, subsection A.
Yeah.
Do
I
we,
think this is stuff we were good with.
We did.
Yeah.
We did
Yeah.
this, so
No,
the whole
but-
meeting, we had to say,
no, but how about
there wasn't
B?
a whole lot.
B, Taisha specifically mentioned that she thought that the city attorney should have the power to appoint her own people, the deputies. and
oh,
the-
yes, we,
Yeah.
actually,
We
we did
agree.
vote on that.
We agree
But
on that?
we
Yeah.
did not go to number 4, section 4. That we
Section
did not
4.
talk about. You're right, we did talk about this section up here.
Yeah.
How about section 3, did we talk about that?
In the absence of capacity, the attorney and delegation of the deputy judge.
Okay, yeah, we did.
Yes, we did.
Okay, so 4 is what we have not talked about.
Okay, wait a minute.
And I would like to remove the Board of Ed.
You wanna
The
remove?
Board of Ed should not be in that.
The city does represent the Board of Ed.
Not in certain matters, and Joe Sokolovich came and spoke to us
But
about it.
he's incorrect in that matter. The board, when, I wasn't there for Birch and Moses, but I was there for Shipman and Goodwin. And the board does pick the attorney, but the board asks the city attorney to then enter into a contract with Shipman and Goodwin, that's how it used to be. So I don't think it takes away, they can still continue to keep Birch and Moses for certain things that they do, but the city is the official, that's my understanding.
His qualm was that, again, in the board, the funny thing is the board votes on legal counsel, they voted on the current legal counsel they have. He may dispute with that, but that's a matter to take up with his own board
Right.
members he disagrees with. That's a policy debate, that's not a
Right.
charter debate. But all this language does is reiterate the obvious, which is that the council and the board are boards and commissions of the city, which are covered by this language. This isn't changing anything about the current
Correct.
world at
And-
all.
When I was on the board, Mark was at almost every Board of Ed meeting, serving as advice counsel to us, as well
I
as,
still am gonna say no, but
Or
if,
Shipman.
whatever you guys say.
Well, and I will say, I would be
As
shocked
an educator, and I'm a.
if someone sues
No,
the city,
see,
as someone sues the city, the city attorney better be defending the board then. I would be shocked
You
if
mean
they did.
this, if somebody sues the city,
If somebody sues the board ed, the city
Oh, the
attorney
Board
needs
of
to
Ed.
defend them, yes, absolutely. The superintendent, when,
they are at so the board, well, you
and
have
often they
cert
work
on it.
together. The board, of the city attorney and Shipman and Goodwin attorneys would work together and would serve.
there was a meeting last week on some very sensitive things that the superintendent trying to work out with the state, and indeed, the city attorney's office was there, and Birchman Moses,
Right.
working on the problem. They absolutely have enough, not only the authority to, we're looking at it in a bad way, they have an obligation, they own the Board of Ed to do this. And now, and we saw in the paper the other day,
It's
they're gonna be
interesting
leaning
though,
more
but
on the city
the Board
attorney.
of Ed, nobody is an employee of, so you have teachers who's represent, when situations happen and you have teachers who are not part of your civil service, who are not really a city employee.
No, they are.
Whatever the Board of Ed though.
That's under the art.
Does that go to
But
their-
they're not even, I mean, looking in this document, it said that they're,
They
in that
negotiate.
whole civil service thing, they are not part of the civil
No,
service.
that's not what it says. It says that they are in the unclassified service. They are absolutely covered by, the rules of civil service, but they're in the unclassified service because they have certifications.
Correct.
How
We
many
did that
others,
in this
how many
discussion.
others, districts have the city attorney taking on that role?
I would argue most, if not all. I think it's like a
Except
state,
for
like
state schools,
I'd be shocked if that wasn't the
Except for
case.
state
except for state school.
I mean, every city, again, go back to my point before, the city attorney has an obligation to represent every city agency, every city officer, every city, anything. Anytime the city of Bridgeport's involved, the city attorney is the city attorney, period.
They're
That's
the,
their
they're
job.
the lead with outside counsel.
Definitely. Or just providing advice themselves. They have an obligation to defend.
And the other thing too is, while we can all think of cases where Bertram Moses or Shipman Goodall worked overtime, right? And did a lion's share of the work because of potential conflicts with the city. However, 90% of the legal work is bread and butter, contract work, getting things done, reviewing agreements.
There's a lot of
There's
investigation.
a lot of things
There are
that they
investigations
handle.
A lot of investigation.
That if we had to, turn that all over to Bertram Moses, then you would triple your legal fees for this.
There was a newspaper article the other day about how they wanna lean more on city attorneys and less on outside counsel. to get
I
their
just
bills
wanna
done.
know, because the way that Joe spoke at the public hearing, he did say that they use, the department. They did say that they use the department.
And he didn't say they wouldn't continue to use it. They would.
Right, they
But
would
that's
use it, but
what
they
this-
still wanted but they did say they still wanted outside counsel.
I would be very interested to know from these people that think that the Board of Ed is so independent from the city, what happens with all of the non-certified, employees that are.
I wanna know, will they still have an
Negotiated by-
option to have outside counsel?
Well, they do now. Yeah, this
But
doesn't
under
change.
this, will that happen?
It doesn't change.
It
I don't think
doesn't
it's
seem
changed
like it.
anything.
This doesn't change anything, all it does is recognize the obvious, because you have certain people that have taken the position that, oh, we don't have to listen to the city attorney, we don't need it. That's not correct, this is not correct. If somebody slips and falls at a school, they're not on their own, the city attorney defends that, or they hire outside counsel to do it, period. If someone has an issue with that, I would love to hear why.
Any other thoughts?
We are mixed in a policy debate here, which I get. Not everyone likes the advice that they get from counsel. I get that. That's a different thing.
But always go for a young counsel, because they know it all. They just finished law school. And they spend the rest of their lives.
stand-up,
Back
stop
up.
speaking at the council meetings,
No,
let's stand up.
I say that,
He was firing shots on Saturday. It was great. Not at me, that's somebody
no,
else.
and I'm just
Oh,
saying
no.
that finds a target that is not the man in the room. If you hire somebody without experience, with legal training, they enter a field thinking they know it all, or know where to look it up. But that's not what
Yes,
we're
yes, yes,
talking
yes,
about.
yes.
We're
Okay, so I'm fine with that, I just wanna change one word then. When the interest of the city require, the city attorney,
Shall.
instead of may, can we make it shall?
Can you read the whole sentence?
Say where you are again.
Sentence.
Okay, it's the second sentence, for when the interest of the city
What page?
So this is
require,
page 26,
26 of 85.
bottom paragraph under
Section four.
section 4.
Second
the
sentence.
city attorney may, it says now, engage in any necessary outside counsel. Can we put shall? Yeah, shall.
But if they don't need the outside counsel, why would we compel them to use it?
Well, it says when
But
the
it says
interest
when
of the
the
city
interest of the city
requires.
requires,
Yeah.
so it's not all the time, it's
I
only
suppose
when
if they come to a finding that it's in the best interest of the city, they probably should.
Let you
I have
just
no idea.
say shall.
That's true, yeah.
It's that those shalls and bays make a lot of difference, you know.
And I feel more comfortable with that.
I wanna be clear, for the record, because I don't wanna be misquoted. there are people that are still not gonna like this insertion and are going to try to have the Board of Ed declare independence from the city attorney. I'm just saying that I think that makes no sense whatsoever, and the Board of Ed would suffer as a result, and certainly the Board of Ed is not asking, or at least the people upstairs that work there, that run that operation, are not looking for that or asking for that, and would never contemplate it.
Hey, can I just
But
tell
who
you,
works up there? Are they part of the Board of Ed, or are we talking about I'm talking about the elected people?
Superintendent. Well, the elected, I mean, again,
That's-
elected officials choose right now their outside counsel.
can I just tell you what Norwalk happens to say about the legal department? The law department shall be the legal representation of the municipal corporation and shall perform the following duties. A, represent and advise the mayor, common council, and all city officers, agencies, boards, and commissions in all matters of law pertaining to their respective offices and or duties.
And
Well,
every
ours
single,
also said all boards, but then they made it specific. This makes it specific.
I just wanted to,
because they're and that's exactly right, and here it says every officer, well, every Board of Ed member is an officer, and if someone sues them in their official capacity,
Yeah.
sues the board for an action they take, the city attorney's gotta defend them. And they should.
I'm happy with shall. So I would welcome a motion.
I make
I
a
make a-
motion, oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Ladies first.
I would like to make a motion to amend section 4 on page 26 of 85. From, in the third sentence, the city attorney may engage any necessary outside counsel, to the city attorney shall engage any necessary outside counsel.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Signify by opposed?
Okay, thank you. Look at that.
Okay,
Right,
they
that's
just
it.
adjourned the meeting, so we are really under the gun.
Was there anything else that we wanted to?
I wanna walk
Do
you-
we wanna do this?
Walk out, go ahead.
I made changes consistent with what Scott Burns sent us, but made some tweaks to it.
Oh, for the finance, so what
Yes.
page is that?
Well, okay, and wait, okay, maybe we can do this real quick, on city council, just to be clear,
Wait, page,
page 19, I just
Of
wanna
the
be clear
new-
about what stayed.
Of the new draft.
page 19 of the draft report.
Draft.
Just wanna be clear about what's still here. There's still stuff remaining, this may be clunky, and we're probably gonna need to revisit this. But we've still got the city council president can have additional powers that are adopted by ordinance or by,
Section?
Section
section
three.
3, subsection A.
And B.
About how the council president can, by ordinance or the council rules, have more powers beyond what this charter states. Subsection B talks about having a majority leader and minority leader still, and changes the mayor from running the meetings eventually to the council president running the meetings, so that is included in here. The next section, the city council may create other positions as it deems necessary, which is not really stated in the current
Where's
charter.
that?
That would be subsection C.
And
19.
B, middle of the case, city council president shall preside at the meetings of the city council, shall have one vote.
Vote, that's very.
Oh, and that was one thing we discussed,
Yes,
one
very
vote,
good.
not
One
two.
vote.
Oh, that's good.
So that changes.
Amazing how many get two, pretty funny.
Subsection C is.
So so we took the mayor is not presiding over the
Right.
city council.
Correct, president would be, and it prescribes the process for a majority, minority leader. Subsection C says they can create other positions as they want to on the council, there's a bunch now, that's not a big deal. And restates that the city clerk and deputy city clerk are the clerk of the council.
This is right.
I think that's actually retained language, it just got moved somewhere else.
Where?
We just.
Subsection D, I think it's only red
On
line, it's got
page
moved.
20.
So now we're on page 20, yep.
Okay.
Meeting procedures gives the council president the authority to call the meeting now, which doesn't currently exist.
Or the city council president can
Correct.
call.
Yep, oh, what did I say? I said the mayor? I meant
You said the mayor.
city council president can't now, but they will be able to. Section 5 is exactly what we discussed in great detail. Oops, I forgot to take out this. Is this red line right? Oh, yeah. We created an Office of Legislative Services. We went through this in great detail. This is
Yeah.
just retained. I just want, and then everything else is numbered. And then, we talked about on page.
What about the veto, page 24?
Okay.
Oh,
No, we
sorry.
don't have to vote on any of this,
Okay.
because nothing has changed.
No,
right?
okay, this is the only other amendment, this is what I was gonna get to. I did change this today consistent with the conversation we had.
Change what?
There's no, okay, so I'll tell you what we did. Currently,
Page.
it's, page 24, what Faith was just talking about,
Okay.
subsection
Section
10
10.
veto.
Okay.
The current process is that it says the mayor can veto anything, anything. And my problem with that is that if there are organizational items of the council, such as the election of officers, the appointment of committees, the adoption of rules, censorship motions, things that are organizational of the council, the mayor shouldn't be able to veto those things. So, that is now explicitly said.
So he can, so is it, it's really just ordinances and budgetary?
No,
Any, so
no,
most
anything.
actions, any
Every
substantive action of the body, he
He
can
can
veto. But any organizational item of the body, he can't.
And Tom, that's such as if they decide who the president of the council is gonna be and who the committee.
Appointment of leaders,
Yeah,
appointment of
that he has
committees,
no control.
stuff that we don't even, that, you know, practically speaking, we don't send to him anyway, but this language was always unclear about that. It says it's supposed to be sent to him by the clerk. That shouldn't be. So this is limiting his authority to just substantive items, which is how the world should
Okay,
work.
I need clarification.
So is he also vetoing like our resolutions allowed?
If it does, yeah, most resolutions are substantive, they give authority to engage in contracts or to engage in grants or, you know, all kinds of things, so yes, if it's substantive. If it's a resolution that censures a member of the body or says.
Or that wants peace in the Middle East.
Wants peace in the Middle
Yeah, but this is
East,
the
it
draft
senses of the
report.
body that are non-substantive, that's just of the council.
So is
He
that
doesn't have
understood
authority.
then?
Well, the
That's
language I
what
put in
saying. Then
is,
why is it here?
so every affirmative vote, resolution, order, ordinance which passes the city council, except organizational matters of the council, and then I list them, including
Oh.
elections of officers, the adoption of council rules of order, committee assignments, censure resolutions, and non-binding census of the body, and those matters which have been designated by law as within the sole discretion of the legislative body. So for instance, the creation of this charter revision commission is only designated to the legislative body, shall upon final passage of law. So it limits the mayor's authority to
I'm
substantive.
sorry, I hate to do this, but I need to go back to page 26. Wait. I need to go back to page 20, or tell me who, when we did section, where we moved shall to may, who motioned
I
that?
made the motion.
Susan and
Steve.
sorry, thank you.
Just a quick thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, 'cause that's
Charter
not good,
revision, putting it in the charter itself. Just so nothing like this ever happens again is to anyone, how can we do this? To require and or suggest?
You know, actually, the council wants that too. I'd be shocked if that wasn't in the recommendations. We should come up with language that encourages, you can't mandate,
Yeah, but
the statute
Wait.
says the council has to start the process, but language that says like, hey, every so
I thought
often
we
you
had
should.
that in
no,
here.
we don't.
We never-
No, we
We
talked
talked
about
about
it.
it.
But the other piece is the amount of time that the council, from the time that the commission is gathered and, you know, we need more than 90 days.
Unfortunately, there's nothing you can put in here about that, because it's all governed by state statute. We're preempted from making it in the rule.
You know, I'm saying that the council was talking about it a year ago and only pulled the commission together now. The state doesn't say you only get 90 days to do it.
No, it gives them the discretion to basically say, to start the commission, give it a timeline. I
Yeah,
think that's
but that's
pretty
all right.
clear.
But what we're saying, what I'm saying is that the council should not be allowed to drag their heels so that they are presenting the opportunity 90 days before the deadline.
Well, I think we should definitely,
30 years.
we should definitely encourage, we should write language and put it in our second draft. Consistent with what Sue just said, I agree, and it should encourage a refresh every so often.
So
Well,
is
as
that,
soon as they touch the legislative branch, we can stick it in there, correct? Yeah.
They don't-
so is that our plan? If I understand the vote was rescinded and changed for the number of councilors? It was brought back to 20, or we tabled it? I was not there at that meeting, I understand.
Wait, what
Yeah,
is it?
everything restricted.
Everything was strict.
So it's back to the way.
It's back to the way it
Oh,
was.
yes.
But if they open that section up, we can revisit it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I understand there were some numbers of other municipalities that were thrown out under wrong context. I want to make sure that we all know why Stanford has 40. It's not the city council, so that's, your
things that I wanna make sure that we have the opportunity to discuss, 'cause I think
It's a guarantee that they're gonna
What
touch
if
that.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking.
don't touch that chapter? I just wanna keep on getting back to that.
That's my point.
I
That
think
should
They
never-
don't.
I think people still have issues on the council with chapter 5, even as we have it drafted. I would be surprised if they didn't. We all should, just like the council came and paid us a visit, we should pay them a visit and ask us to please take a look again at every single section of this thing. till
You
it's right.
saw how visceral some people were about changing anything at that meeting.
I think this council is split down the middle, actually.
Okay, so just going back to something that was highlighted for section 3 of council organization, it does say the president of the city council shall preside in the absence over the mayor, and when so presiding shall have a cast vote in the case of a tie, in addition to their vote as a member.
That's only currently, that's current language until the transition happens. So it's retained until they take over, and then it says that they only have one vote.
Okay, so yes, it's effective December 1st,
Okay.
2039.
All right, so that's coming out.
Right, so
Okay.
that would
That's
be over.
John, Marshall, Lee?
Yeah, visceral responses based on rumors.
Right.
Okay, that, at least sometimes can be ignored. Other times you can't.
Yeah, I'm just concerned, if they don't touch it and we can't go back to it, then we got a big problem. I'd like to change one word in it, just to have it be changed.
Change one number.
It changed.
Make it 21 members instead of 20.
Look, you can have 20 members, just make 20 districts then. That's what it takes.
Just so
I
they
mean,
have to revisit it.
You know,
You can't
Tony,
force
I
them,
think, I get the point, they need to, if they don't revisit it, it stays.
but you can't force them.
No,
They have a
but we're
right to
gonna,
look, you
I mean,
can't
look,
force
they
them.
can.
Sure thing.
Isn't the
You're right,
issue,
you cannot
we-
force them.
isn't this the way we attempted to deal with the suggestion, instead of blowing up the council or blowing up the legislative process, we were looking to expand it to offer more opportunities for people to participate. And basically, if they're not interested in offering more opportunities for people to participate, they're into, as I said to them tonight, they're into the land of steady habits. Status quo is where it is. And that's not an insult either.
Do we need to make a vote about this?
Yeah, we
Do
need
you want
to
me to
make a
walk
vote.
you through? I just don't,
Yes.
one more section I wanna walk you through where there are changes. You saw Scott Burns's recommendations regarding some commentary. I did,
What page are we talking
so now
about?
we're on page 32.
Oh.
This is your time to object to any of his proposed changes or the
Get
things
my
that he
notes, Sarah.
inserted. So I'll walk you through,
What section and what?
so page
Budget and fiscal
32.
controls, chapter 10.
Section 1, budget and.
Section 1, that's typographical, doesn't matter. Section 2 is a heading change, doesn't really matter. Section 3 is adding a heading, doesn't really matter. Section 4, under this jurisdiction, again, typographical, not substantive. Here's a big substantive change. We are moving up the requirement of the mayor to submit the budget to the council. Now, he had initially proposed the third Monday of March. I changed it to the fourth Monday, so we're moving up the process. But the problem is that sometimes there are 5 Mondays in March, which there will be for the next 2 years actually, and it way moves up the process. So after talking with the OPM director, this is the proposal. So it gives the council a little bit more time to act on the budget and moves it up an entire week. So this is a substantive change.
Yeah, that was
It's a little more pressure on the mayor to get the budget to the council, but, you know, the OPM director is,
But only by 1 or 2 weeks.
yeah, it's only a little bit more. But I mean, you know,
It means something.
yeah, it will be.
Was Scott looking for a month?
He was looking for,
I think he was looking for a couple weeks.
yeah, he was looking for a couple weeks. His was a little bit more aggressive than this.
Yeah. Because he may only be getting 1 week, that's what we agreed to.
Not, it would be different.
Right, I mean, this year and next year, it would be 2, but then the next year you're back to 1, 1, 1.
We're almost done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep walking through this. He added on page 34, I'm just going through things that are like substantive, actually not around just minor word changes. Identification, so when the proposed budget is proposed, he wanted to add that there's an identification of positions which are, I changed the wording from when he had a little bit, but basically the spirit of it is he wants to know if some of the positions are partially funded by grants. A little more transparency about grant funded positions. He changed here, instead of just members present and voting at the meetings, he says of the whole number of the council, and he repeats that
Yeah.
throughout all the sections, so there's a whole number of council, whole number of council. Okay, we had already changed in one of our first meetings, the budget timeline to give the council more room on the back end. So we've added a week now in the beginning, we've also added a week in the end. So now instead of being due the second Monday in May, or Tuesday in May, now it'll say the third. So we've actually given them 2 more weeks, one at the beginning, one at the end,
And
which they don't currently use, but they could use if they wanted.
And after 2 sessions in a month, right?
Correct.
First
They've
one-
actually, the council's changed the ordinance to actually create 3 meetings that month too.
Right.
Yep. Okay, keep going, budget process is completed. Just trying to think of what's substantive here, the council may amend the capital budget. Oh, in section 6 subsection F,
Page 21.
so page
35.
35, just here saying that basically, and this is consistent with the current process, that even though they have a capital budget that is adopted on an annual basis, the council by majority vote can amend the capital budget at any time during the year. And it basically requires that mayor or OPM director in submitting that request justify the reason. And that's the
Is
current
there
practice.
is there anything in here about a review of the capital budget, that oversight?
How do you mean?
When do they look at it?
So the capital budget process is spelled out.
Under.
Capital budget,
page
the
35.
agencies, well,
Yes,
when I
on the-
looked at his
on the-
original thing, agencies submit something in November about capital expenditures. The director submits it to the mayor the first Tuesday in February. And then the first Tuesday in March, the mayor submits a proposal, and the city council holds a public hearing. And then the first Tuesday in May, the city council adopts it.
Correct,
the
that's in
capital.
section 6, yeah.
That's a capital budget
Yes.
process. I'm looking at.
The other budget.
No, because that's covered under section 7, the monthly financial report. I'm questioning when is there like a quarterly capital report about, is that dealt with by Ken when he has the meeting here with the monthly?
Typically not, but
Only if there's a specific question.
yes, if there's a specific amendment or question about it, and, so what we can do is, I mean, look, I think this is good fodder for conversation, and perhaps what we wanna do in the second go-around is think
Thank you.
about more capital reporting, I'd
Thank
be
you.
able to do that, yeah. There's definitely more to consider throughout, I just didn't want you to not see these changes that got incorporated, because we're rushing, and be mad.
They're all consistent with Scott's.
With the exception of what I mentioned, that's not consistent with Scott's, I did make some changes.
Is he aware of that at the moment?
No, I don't know if it is.
Okay.
So I would recommend that, everybody look this over before the council gets back to us, right?
Yes, well, look, they're gonna have their chance to
Because now also,
Oh, also, very, very important in my mind, and for us, as commission members, when they have their budget hearing, the public hearing, each and every single one of us need to be there and show what our support and what we've done and the changes
When is that?
that we're doing.
That
We'll
is
find out.
Oh, they have to schedule
But
it.
we're only gonna show an interest in the work
just
that
like
we've
this
done.
time in July.
Oh, in July?
July, okay.
Well, I still-
But
Yes.
that'll be brought to our attention, correct, Tom?
do we need to vote on?
Okay, so if that is so, then,
I make a motion that we refer this draft report to the city clerk's office as the appointing authority of the county council.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We did it, are we done? We're done.
Okay, so,
To submit.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
The updated draft.
We're done for now,
For now.
because the the document is
She's
still
right there.
unformed, okay? Or it has only the form here, and it will be worked on. I guess what I'm providing is a request. How many people here of the, do we have 13 on this commission?
We did,
Okay,
So, of the 10 or so regulars who have other duties and whatever, I'm kind of curious if I give you more information on this whole notion of casual civics conversations, which I've put into form and been accepted as project of PLPI, and I've done a lot of work on it. And it's to go into every district. I've been reminding the council members for 9 months now, off and on, because, but they, remember, time will tell, but the CCC, it's gotten 5 people attention to hold meetings in their district, to share an opportunity for people in their district to locate at a place. And I'll send you the copy of the comments tonight. But if anyone here wants to be included in your own district, okay, speaking or holding a session, you don't have to say anything. There's no agenda. It's just to listen to people who come out. And it's part of civics re-education, okay? There are responsibilities, like voting, that people have forgotten about. And they're not informed, but again, we are relatively informed. And that's what I'd like to see happen in the city. I think it's the way back to build voting power, informed voting power, and to get more people involved as neighbors, as at a time when things on a federal where they can't count on things. So bring the whole shebang together and take some pride so that we're not always in court or having things looked at 5 years later.
would you be willing to send an email of what you've
Totally.
started, so that if people wanna
Totally.
attend
I'll put it in
whatever?
the thing.
I'll do the beer thing one.
I understand.
Thank you. I will, accept the motion to adjourn.
so moved.
Thank you. And it is 8:02.
That's a miracle.
Now,